Let's do one more.
That one scares me.
Do you know what it is?
Is it a weapon? A firearm?
It goes hammer, but it sounds like a gun.
Sounds like a gun, yeah.
Denied.
You know.
Hammer, like hammer on a gun.
Not hammer like a hammer you.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
I'm
Right.
Russian, you know. How I didn't get it, bro.
I know you're Russian.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I know you're Russian. I'm just taking my time.
You're just taking your time, slowly progressing. Okay, we're rolling, right? So, yeah, of course we are. How long have you been rolling?
Long enough.
Long enough. Did I say something bad? No, I didn't. Okay, guys, welcome to my episode. I don't know, what is it? Episode 8. I have a very, very, very good friend of mine. I haven't seen him in years, and we go back to our NXT years. And Ryan Nemeth is here.
Yeah. All right.
I got it.
That's just the sound I was hoping for.
Okay, well,
I want that every time I enter a room. Bam, bam, bam.
Well, I'm going to put it on my phone. I'm going to just anytime you walk in, I'm like,
Yeah, thank you. I might have to do that too. Just announce myself.
Announce yourself. I'm coming.
Well, thanks for having me on your big fancy show. This is incredible. And thank
Well-
you for your amazing T-shirt gift.
Thank you. And
Now, can people buy these and it goes to a good cause or what?
yeah, they can buy it. It goes to Ukraine, to
Where's
victims
the
of
best?
war. Yep.
There we go. Right.
It's on my website, Make Love's Not War. And I got the shirt from Ryan.
Wow. Now, the proceeds from that shirt will not go to a good cause. They will just go to me. But, you know, I appreciate it.
How are you going to spend this money?
I may donate it to the Ukraine.
Ukraine. Okay, good. enough.
I may do that.
Oh, you may go and dye your hair again.
I could just dye my hair any kind of color, yeah.
What's your next move with your hair?
With hair, I think I'll probably do another bleach period, but shorter this time.
Okay.
What do you think I should do?
I like natural. When
Yeah,
you
it
were in
feels
NXT, you
good.
had natural hair, right? This color?
I started way darker because I
Mhm.
wanted to not look like my brother's hair, so I made it like black
Black, yeah.
or dark brown, really dark,
Dark
brown.
brown, yeah.
But then the week I got there, he came out on Raw with the same color, and so I had short dark hair because he had long blonde hair.
Yeah.
And then he came on Raw the week I moved to Tampa with he cut his hair and it was brown, and I was like, "Come on, dude!" Now
And
we
he
just
didn't
look like
tell you?
twins. No, he
Damn.
was in. I think it was in Europe, maybe. Man, that was so annoying.
It isn't. But so what happened? He got signed with WWE first, and then you got signed with NXT.
Yeah, we're about 5 years apart. He got signed maybe in like 2004. I was way after him, yeah. But I would go see him wrestle. The developmental for him was in Louisville, Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in college in Cincinnati, so I used to drive down on Wednesdays to see his shows. It was fun.
Now, did you wrestle like indie wrestling before that?
Yeah, I wrestled my whole life, and then I played collegiate rugby. So I was a rugby player in college.
Cool. I don't know that many. It's different from American football, right? I'm not
Wait,
really
yeah,
dumb
yeah.
right now.
Yeah, it's like, does Russia have rugby?
No.
I didn't think they did. Yeah, because whenever I watch rugby, I never see Russia pop up.
Mhm.
It's a European thing. I think it's what American football is based on. I think.
It's like a fundamental stuff.
Yeah, there's it's wild. I love tackling people, so I thought it was a fun thing to do in college.
Sounds fun. Did you get like a scholarship for that?
I did not. No, because I didn't. I just went to college and then found out there was a team, and then thought, okay, I'll try out, and I really enjoyed it. It was great. So I would do that. Then I would do theater and improv comedy, and I was, some people go to college and just focus on one thing,
Yeah.
whether it's books or drinking heavily. I was doing it all,
Multitasking.
Yeah, I do it now too. I like to have a good time. I like to go
Sounds
skateboarding. I like my wrestling job. I like to write. I like to act. I like to go to the beach.
good. Mm-hmm.
I could just keep naming things I like,
Yeah, I keep naming them.
Sharks, I'm fascinated by.
What is it obsession with sharks?
I love sharks. Hey, check this out. Speaking of sharks.
Yeah, okay.
How do you know that I like sharks? Did I like them back then?
Oh, you liked them back then in NXT. You
Yeah,
always
yeah.
talk about sharks. I know you had T-shirts with sharks on. How
I
many?
found a ring jacket that I had made in NXT that I think I only used a few times, but it had a big shark on here and on the back, and I thought
think
that
I
was pretty
saw
cool.
that, yeah.
Well, I think they're awesome. And
Why? They kill people and they eat as a fish.
the amount of people that die by shark encounter per year is a negligible, almost non-existent number. That's just a lot of anti-shark propaganda.
Okay, I feel like I discriminated sharks right now, so I do apologize. Okay,
It's okay.
No offense
It's
taken.
okay. They're scary and they're mysterious, but I think they're awesome. And without them, the natural, web of the oceans falls apart, and thus the ecosystem of the planet. It's true.
Okay, explain it to me. So if they don't eat the little fish, what's gonna happen?
Oh, there's just so many. This is way too big of an answer to get. Like,
Okay,
we
give
wouldn't
me
have
the
time.
answer. Give me the answer. I want to know.
I will tell you that they are the apex predators are crucial parts of many social webs, and they are many times over the apex predator in many different environments all over the world's oceans. It's just too complicated. It's too interconnected.
I think you need a zoo channel, and you need to have.
I
a
would love that. All right, so my cousin, he's an animal man. He does like whale tours and shark research and all that. 2 different times I've been able to join him in Mexico to measure and photograph whale sharks in person.
Did you
And
swim with sharks?
yes, I did. And when he first invited me, I said, "Don't I need to be a qualified science?"
Yeah,
You know,
something.
and he said, "No, we just need bodies to like, get in the water and measure them."
Bodies.
It's called citizen science, you know. So I said, "Okay," and you know, they teach you for a few days, and then they put you in the water, and I'm just in the water with fins on my feet, swimming next to like a 30-foot long whale
Oh my
shark.
god.
And you're not, you don't touch them or anything, you don't mess with them or harass them. You just swim near them, and they don't care because they're just focused on the plankton and stuff. So this is not what you
What?
thought we'd be talking about, right?
No, I'm fascinated by the story.
So you get in a little boat with your crew of science people and people like me who just think it
love
sounds
sharks.
cool, and we just zoom around and go, "Oh, there's a whale shark! Hop in!" And 3 of us hop in, 2 people with a rope to go like measure how long the shark is, and then the 3rd person to get a photo of the dots on the side because the dots on the side of a whale shark are unique to that shark. So
Like a fingerprint. of a
like a
shark.
fingerprint, yeah, exactly. So and then we enter that into a worldwide database, and they're just tracking whale sharks. So I've done that 2 times, and I thought it was so amazing.
Did you get scared? before you
Definitely.
jumped? Like, what was in your brain? Like, if I die.
The scariest thing for me was the day before we went to start doing whale sharks research. We were just testing our methods. So we would go find a little island with a fun snorkeling spot. Like, all right, guys, hop out, snorkel around, get back in, just so we could all be on the same page of the process of getting in and out of the boat. And I found myself stranded in the water. Everyone else was kind of like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know where they were, but I was thinking, I don't know how strong of a swimmer I am. Like, if I get kind of sucked out to sea, I don't
Ocean
feel
bro.
so. Where is everybody? But I was trying to play it cool, but I felt my breathing or
Yeah.
whatever just going like, I'm like, all right, calm down, just to enjoy the scenery until the rest of the people show up, And so I went underwater, and this is not scuba, just snorkeling. So there's a mask, snorkel, and
Crazy.
fins.
Not even just
Not
scuba.
Well, scuba is not very conducive to whale shark stuff because they're near the surface for our purposes. So to get in and out with scuba stuff is so intense and long time consuming. So snorkeling is easy. So I thought, all right, I'll go check out and see what's underwater. So I went underwater and
What?
I see a sea lion that's kind of like right in my face, just looking at me. And I thought at first, because it's just a face in your face,
yeah.
And I remember earlier that morning they said, "Hey, stay away from sea lions
Why?
if you can help it, because they might be threatened and attack you. The males, because they have all these women sea lions around, and they always."
Yeah, to
They
protect
think
the
you're gonna-
females. Yeah.
And I couldn't convey underwater in English to this wild animal, "I don't want your women." So I
Don't
thought,
get jealous.
this is an adorable creature just staring at me. Okay, so I swim back up to the top. He follows me up. I'm like, all right. But there's a little space, so I think maybe this is okay. So I swim back down, try to ignore him. He swims back down and looks at me, and I'm like, and every movement I make, he's just copying. I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. But then I started thinking of the movie Jurassic Park, where that Newman guy is doing this with that guy. And he at first thinks it's a playful dog, but then he gets, murdered. So then the sea lion disappears, and I thought, well, okay, I guess he's gone. And then I'm back underwater, just kind of exploring. And then he comes back with a couple friends.
It's like, hey, this is a weird creature.
So
in the
maybe
middle
he
of
was
the
like,
ocean.
yeah, come check this guy out. Or he thought, help me jump this guy. Like, I didn't know what was happening.
What was happening?
And so I thought maybe I should slowly kind of swim away and try to find the people. So I did. And they disappeared too. But that was scary to me. The whale sharks were not scary, but it was very impressive and like wild. They were just so big, and their mouths are like this. Their mouth is like 6 feet wide. and they're just going like this, just sucking in like tons of water.
Oh my gosh! But did you have any kind of weapon in case that shark attacks you?
No, they won't. I mean, if you bump into it by accident, they don't even. It's like a fly, like
That's insane. But that would be kind of a cool death. Like, how do you want to die? Like, oh wait,
I couldn't even imagine how a whale shark could kill you. Their throat is
they
only
can't.
this big, so if you fell into its mouth, it would cough and like they
Oh,
can't.
they can't eat you. They
They're
can
just
swallow
filter
you,
feeders, yeah.
but they can bite probably.
They don't have teeth.
Oh, they don't have teeth. So.
The worst that could happen is maybe they could flick their tail and hit you.
You
Okay.
do get concussion.
So my other cousin was with us, and he did get hit by the tail of one of them.
Is he okay?
So yeah, he's fine. But we found out he was trying to, because the main rule is don't touch the sharks, don't harass them, don't mess with them, like be near them to document them, but don't touch them. And he thought that he had broken the rule because the tail is like as tall as me or you,
Mhm.
and he was just happened to be near the tail of one, or the fin, not tail, sorry, and it went like this to turn, and it just cracked him in the head.
Oh my god.
So he just goes off spinning in the water, and his mask is sideways and everything. And so in his mind, he thought, "Oh no, I can't tell the head science people because they'll think I was,
Harassing sharks.
When we found out what happened, because for a day he had been having a headache, he felt sick all day, and we were like, "What is going on with you?" And he goes, "All right, don't tell anyone." And then I realized we have to explain, "You're not in trouble.
Yeah, you just,
You should just tell us,
Mhm.
The shark didn't even know you were there. You just got hit,
Just
So
got
it is possible. And maybe if you got hit hard enough, that you could. I
That's
don't
a
know.
funny story. So you have several cousins, and they're all into sharks.
I got a lot of cousins. Well, the main one,
What do you mean the main one? How do you differentiate?
well, he just invites the rest of us on the
Okay.
trips. So the one who got hit is not the shark one, but we've been on the trip a few times.
That's pretty cool.
It's cool.
Well, can I join you guys next time you go? I'm kind of now fascinated.
Sure, yeah.
Just anybody can join.
No, I mean, I think you have to be cleared with the organization.
Okay. So
I-
do
but I know
background
a-
check.
I know a
Background
guy.
check. Make sure you're not a terrorist. You're not gonna-
I don't know. That's a
I
good
know.
question. They let me on.
Well, yeah. I don't think you're a terrorist. When your obsession with sharks started?
When I was a child, I just thought they were cool. And, it's one of those things that never wore off, I guess.
Like you're still obsessed with sharks?
Well, you must have liked something as a child that you
I
still
love
like.
animals. I love all kind of animals.
There you go.
Like my comedy bits, I have comedy bits about octopus because I'm fascinated with octopus. And-
What's the octopus? Tell me one.
Well, what's fascinating about octopus that when they're ready to reproduce, male octopus, he rips off his penis and he gives it to female octopus.
I saw this on your clips. I remember. I actually.
Yeah. And it just
that's
blew
pretty
up my
good.
mind when I read it. I was like, damn, what? And
Then you would love this trip because there's octopus everywhere.
Everywhere.
And one night we were swimming and they were all having sex. So there's probably
Was it
octopus
octopus-
penises that just ripped off.
Ripped off everywhere.
I saw them chasing each other, running away, joining together and doing this. And then it was so nuts.
That's cool.
And then eventually we got bored of it, because it was just going on for hours. And we thought, well, we've
Just
seen
sounds
it,
like octopus, yeah.
And so I went back up to the research center, and one guy was just so into those animals. What do they call it? Cephalopods? Is that the?
Mhm.
So he was the only one down there, and I think he came up out of the water and was like disappointed that we had all gone to bed. And I heard him scream from the water, excuse me, cephalopods fucking down here," which I thought was. There's nowhere else on earth you're gonna hear that sentence. But we all heard him and we laughed, but thought like, how long can you watch that?
Yeah, how long you can be in the water?
we saw it, man. Give them some privacy.
Like this guy is not serious. He's just here to party.
Yeah, I guess that's what partying is.
Yeah.
They change their texture and colors like so quickly.
Really?
Yes, I was looking at what I thought was underwater plant, and then it just shot away with its 8 legs. Like it's so nuts.
It's crazy. I
You-
think they're very smart. I think they're smarter than
So
humans.
smart. Oh,
and
yeah.
they've been here before us. And yeah.
You should have one on your show.
I should have brought one, right?
Mhm.
In a little aquarium.
Have a little water. Yeah.
My octopus friend.
You watched that documentary?
No, it's still on my list to watch. Have you watched it?
Oh yeah. They demonize the shark massively. I'm not going to spoil anything
Yeah, okay.
else, but when you watch it, know that I said that.
Okay, sharks are not evil.
They're not.
They're not.
They're just doing what they do, just like all of us.
Yeah, that's true. Well, when did you start doing comedy, stand-up comedy?
I started doing improv comedy, but long before I wrestled in college, I started doing improv, and I was doing it at school, and then we'd run a weekly show on campus, and I would spend summers in Chicago at IO Chicago taking classes there with like Second City people and all that. And then I kind of stopped when I started wrestling, and briefly in NXT, I started doing it again with this Tampa group, but it was so hard. Their shows were so few and far
Mhm.
between. And then when I moved to LA after NXT, I just got back into it and never stopped. And then I started doing less improv and more stand up probably 3 or 4 years ago, I think. Yeah, so now I just kind of do whatever. Like I
Cool.
said earlier, I'm out there.
Out there doing everything.
I like to have a good time.
What is your favorite thing to do? Like out, like between all the creative stuff.
All the creative stuff. Wow. Well, wrestling is a really good outlet because it's physical and it's personality and
Yeah.
talking and stuff. That might encompass it all, but it's real dangerous.
It is dangerous.
That's a tricky question. Any
Yeah.
week I might have a different answer.
Can you tell the stories that I broke your nose?
I forgot. Oh, I forgot that happened.
Bad memories. Okay, forget I said it.
No. I every time I go through like there's one photo where I'm like this and there's blood everywhere, and I see that sometimes, and my hair is like dyed black, or
Yeah.
that, and I see it sometimes. It pops up on like iPhone or Apple stuff, like memories.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is? Oh yeah, yeah. Good. Tell the people.
I don't know, but my brain also blocked it. I just have like, it was very traumatizing experience for both of us.
Well,
I only have like flashes of memories that we were in the ring, and then I'm taking you to emergency room, and you're bleeding. And
you took me. Oh, thank you.
Well, I broke your nose. Of course, I was supposed to take you to the emergency room.
Well, I know.
Is your nose okay now? That's what I want to know. It looks good, but
Feels good. Yeah, I think it's
you
all
can
right.
breathe.
Sarah Del Rey was the coach, right?
She was a coach. Yeah.
She was new to NXT, and I think she asked if I would come in on off hours and work out with you, and I said sure, that sounds great. And then we were doing hammerlock reversals and stuff, I believe.
Yeah, it was some simple moves. You didn't do
Very
anything crazy.
And I just remember seeing something, maybe it was your foot or knee or something, go like across my field of vision. I was like, what was that? And then just an instant later, just a dump of blood out of my nose.
But what I haven't felt any like strong impact or anything. Like I don't know.
I didn't really either. I just heard
my
a, and then and I was like, whoa. And I remember being so
Yeah.
shocked that I had to like, it was a delay of realizing
Yeah.
that this is my blood from what is happening,
And I didn't know that you're afraid of blood, so that was.
I'm not afraid of blood. I
Well-
don't like needles. That's my main
Oh,
thing.
you
I
don't
don't
do
like
those things.
needles. But yeah, there's blood
was
everywhere, and then you took me to
crazy.
the South Tampa urgent care.
I was.
I don't think it was even broken. I think it was
They
just
just they adjusted it.
no, they didn't do anything.
Okay, they just.
Maybe I had to get X-rays or something.
I was scared, and that's what happens when you volunteer. You volunteer to help, and look how it ended.
Let that be a lesson to never help anyone with anything.
Yep.
If you're in a situation where someone asks you, "Do you mind?" Say no.
Say no. Yeah. Yeah, because this is what happens.
Volunteering is bad. Charity is bad.
Yeah, bad.
Being an activist of any
That is-
kind, you will only be punished.
Yeah, it comes as consequences. You know.
Man, that was awesome.
That was awesome. Do you want to get your nose broken again?
It's in the category of things that are not really exciting stories because
Yeah.
it wasn't a fight. It wasn't even in a match. We were just
No,
like,
we
hey,
should
you
come
want
up
to
with
try
a
this?
lie. Let's come up with another story how it happened.
Okay. You were running me down in your car,
Oh.
and I almost got away. I was climbing a fence, just like in the movies, and then my hand slipped and I fell, and bam, the front of your car busted and I broke my nose.
That's a good story.
The rest of my body is unscathed.
Just a nose.
Yeah, just a nose.
Just a nose. That's
When did you get started in comedy?
I started comedy like 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Wow.
After NXT, I was depressed for a little bit. Then I started acting.
Hmm.
And then after doing acting for quite some time, I started doing comedy.
What do you like more?
It's a tough question. But like, on stage you get high. Like I get high every time I
Yeah.
perform. And like acting.
You're talking about doing drugs
I'm talking about
before
comedy.
you go on stage.
No, I'm doing
You're in the green room taking.
No, I'm sober. I don't do any drugs. But like, like stage height. Like you performing it, like you feel super good.
Definitely.
Yeah. And on camera it's different. It's like it's different vibe. I think now I like comedy more. And like with acting, like you audition, you never know what's going to happen, and if you get a call back or not. And with comedy, I feel like I'm more in charge of my career.
More in charge, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if I want to be on stage, I can be on stage, and they like like you can do
Yeah.
mics, you can do shows, you can do
In
so many
a
things.
city like this, for sure, anytime you want.
Yeah.
You remember Bill Morrissey?
Mm-hmm.
He's in AEW now. I don't know if you were aware of that. He visited me a few years ago for like a week, and I was like, "You got to do an open mic at least," you know?
Did he do it?
He did. He said, "Well, I don't know. I don't have any jokes." I'm like, "Let's meet for an hour and just come up with some stuff." And we did. And then the next day we kind of fine-tuned, and I said, "Go to this open mic with me. I'll even do it with you. Let's
Yeah.
just go up there." So I did a thing, and I think he felt more relaxed. He went up there and just did 5 minutes and just crushed this open mic, and people are going nuts.
Nice.
And I think he started to feel that feeling, you know,
Mhm.
that you're describing, the high. And we had him on a show at the Comedy Store a few months. Maybe it was when did we do? In January was the first one we did there. Anyways, he was our surprise guest, and he had all new stuff, and it was so great. He's also going to be in. When is this going to come out? Can I add?
Yeah, you can
advertise
hear
something?
you. Please go ahead.
Will it be up before May 27th, or is this after May 27th?
I can put it up before if you want to.
If this is up before May 27th, come to the Space in Las Vegas. We're doing a big show called Hunkamania. And if this comes out after May 27th, man, that was a great show. What a crowd.
He killed it.
Yeah, and Big Bill was so
Yeah,
good.
Yeah. Another 5 minutes of new material.
I think he'll have all new stuff, yeah.
But it's good because he has a personality. When you do wrestling, you talk, right?
He's got such a good New York voice, and he's 7 feet tall. So when you just see him on stage, you're like, I got to pay attention. you know?
Yeah, he has a personality. Damn, that's awesome that you
Yeah, he's
got him
great.
involved. It's a different feeling. In wrestling, you don't get that high, right? Like,
It depends, I think. Because sometimes, well, you're in less control in wrestling.
yeah.
Because sometimes you just go do your job that day, whether it's winning or losing or whatever. But if in front of a live crowd, it is sometimes just so odd. Even if you're going out to do something kind of lame, if
Yeah.
there's 5,000 people there screaming, it's cool.
It's cool. But if you get booed, you don't get high. Are
That's
you?
my whole thing. I'm a bad guy. Do you
I
know,
know,
that I've
I know
become
bad
an
guy,
evil
yeah.
person?
Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, Ryan and Evil, like, come on.
I try being good. They boo me, and they tell me that I suck, and they hate me, and I'm the worst.
And you're a heel now.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be a heel? Being booed.
It's been, I think the last time I was a good guy, I was in NXT, and I don't even remember. It's hard to remember that.
Yeah. How did the transition happen from NXT to AEW?
I had been doing, well, there's a lot of years in between that, really.
Oh, okay.
But I can tell you my origin story of AEW is that I was doing acting and comedy and writing and like stunts and stuff out here. And then John Huber, Brody Lee, Luke Harper, whatever you remember him as, had passed away.
Yeah.
One of my best friends ever.
He's one of the
And-
best wrestlers, yeah.
Yeah, just an amazing dude. And they were throwing a secret surprise birthday party for his son at AEW.
Mhm.
So Trent and Luchasaurus and a few other people said, you should come to town, fly in for this, and just say happy birthday to the boy. And I said, all right, cool. Because I used to babysit that kid, back in
Yeah, he used to
Tampa.
come like all
You-
the
you
time to
remember
the
him, yeah.
shows. Yeah, he's the sweetest
When I
boy
saw
ever.
him, he did not remember me at all.
What?
Well, he was like this big.
Yeah, when we saw him.
So Amanda, his mother, was like, look who it is. He came to say hi. And he's just staring at me like, and I think he said, am I supposed to know who you are? I said, no. And I had this hair, which
Yeah.
when he knew me, you don't have memories when you're like 3 or 2,
Yeah,
probably.
It's like, who's this dude?
So we had to reintroduce ourselves. But I was there for his nice birthday, and that was cool. And then the owner of the company, Tony, said, hey, while you're here, do you have wrestling gear? Do you want to wrestle? And I was like,
What?
well, I always bring wrestling gear.
You always remember. Oh, that's
If I'm
smart.
going to a wrestling show,
You have
that's
to, yeah.
gotta have,
Yeah.
I did not expect that would be wrestling, but I
Yeah.
thought just in case.
Mhm.
And then he put me on Dynamite Wrestling, the Hangman Adam Page, which was my big debut in AEW.
That day.
Yeah, that day. So
Damn.
that was pretty nuts. And I remember John Moxley, Dean Ambrose, remember him? Yeah, I saw him in the back, and he looks at me and he's just like laughing. He goes, so you're just on Dynamite tonight? Just thought you'd come to town and be on Dynamite? And I was like, yeah, dude, I don't know. And he's like, all right, cool, man.
Cool, yeah.
But the company's, it's great to see. It's like a reunion of most of my favorite people from FCW and NXT and Indies kind of together. It's not everybody, but it's a lot of good friends all in the same spot. So that's cool. It's nice. A lot of familiar faces. You
And-
should go wrestle there.
Well, I haven't been wrestling for many, many years. Did you see my scar?
Oh yeah, I forgot about your injury. Wow, that's a
Yeah.
cool scar.
It is a cool scar, right?
Nice.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm fully recovered, but yeah, I haven't been wrestling many. I tried in Florida once or twice. I went to the indoor gym.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, let me try. It was fun, but I'm like, everything hurts. You take a bomb and you forget how much it hurts.
Yeah, it's painful.
It's painful. Yeah, it's real painful. But
People,
AEW looks cool. Yeah.
it's very fun. It's exciting and new. We have a new show announced today that starts next month in June. Collision on Saturdays. 2 more hours of wrestling per week.
Wow. How many wrestlers do they have right now?
Wrestlers?
Mhm.
I don't know how many people are on the roster. It's a large number, but there's 3 different TV shows. There's Dynamite, Rampage, and now Collision. So all types of wrestling to watch. A lot of material, a lot of content.
And that's cool. But how does it work? The same as WWE? Like you're always on the road or you're more home?
I think it's different for every person. The schedule is not as intense as WWE, no way. But they are adding house shows and stuff, so
Like how often are you on the road?
it depends. Sometimes for like 2 months, I'll be on everything and
Yeah.
barely be home, and then sometimes for a month, I'm like off. So I think everyone might have their own kind of unique schedule.
But it's cool.
It's super cool and flexible. When they offered me to work there, I said, I am very excited and honored, but I'm a little hesitant because I've kind of like built my whole life over here
Mhm.
with acting and
Yeah.
comedy and all that. And they could not have been cooler with it. Uh, and basically, I have so much freedom. If I book something in
Mhm.
acting, I just tell them, and they're like, "Cool." They just want me to
Mhm.
give them a heads up, which is, as you may remember,
Oh, and
the full opposite of the other place.
yeah, it's opposite. No, that's amazing. I mean, I'm surprised they allowed you to do the podcast. Like with WWE, like you have to get permission for
It's
everything.
so hard, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool that like you have flexibility.
Yeah, it is the most creatively encouraging place ever. Yeah.
Sweet. And I saw Sarai is back, right, with them?
Oh yeah.
Who else from NXT? Who I might know?
Oh, all types of people.
Out everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. A
Everybody,
bunch.
yeah. That's cool. Do you have a training facility?
No. So that's kind of all. We have people at the company like QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes. Like they'll have their own schools and cities, and that could be their training facility. I like that it's kind of left up to your own.
I love it. Oh my gosh, this is so much freedom.
And there's someone like Jade Cargill, the women's champ,
Mm.
who TBS champ, who came up kind of without wrestling at all, trained through those people with QT and with Dustin and like Daniel Bryan and stuff, and she's kind of a homegrown AEW talent, so that's kind of exciting too. Like there is no developmental system, but she has been, and she's awesome.
I think it's so way better. Like when you have flexibility,
Yeah,
just
it's
be on
cool.
your own and you train on your own with your folks. That's good.
I do get the WWE method, and I think for the size they are, that makes perfect sense. Hire a bunch of people, train them, and see who sticks.
Yeah.
No problem, but I like my current life.
But schedule was so tough.
It was, and I will tell you this right now. If someone said, "Hey, do you want to go wrestle in NXT 7 days a week?" I would say, "I don't. I certainly do not."
No, that was the toughest job I ever had. NXT.
It was very demanding.
Very demanding, brainwashing. I mean,
it was demanding and often unreasonable. I don't know what it's like now. I've been gone so long, but I remember if I wanted to go to a family member's funeral or a wedding, it was like, okay, but you're gonna pay for it. Like there's always some trade off of like, can I just go to a funeral? Like, what is the problem?
Yeah.
You have warning and heads up. Why am I in trouble for this?
Well, I remember my parents were visiting from Russia, and I was so afraid to ask for a day off. So I haven't asked for any days off, and I just flew in Saturday morning from Tampa to Miami. I spent Saturday, Sunday with them, and Sunday night, late flight, I flew back in to be at the training facility on Monday morning.
Man.
It's just like, and then I remember that, and like looking back, I'm like, why I was so stupid? It's my parents. Like,
yeah, it's your family.
But
yeah.
you like so brainwashed that you
Definitely.
cannot miss a day.
I remember I had to go give a statement in some court case that had nothing to do with me, but I had to just go do like a character witness thing or something. And I thought, oh, cool, I have this day off. I can go do that. And then the head coach was like, hey, you need to go drive to Winter Park and build the ring for TV taping. And I'm like, hey, I have to go to a courtroom to like do an important thing. And he was like, I don't want to hear it. Talk to the lawyers. Email the legal team. And I was like, okay. So I emailed the legal team. I said, hey, I'm sorry I can't go build a ring for the show on the day I'm not working and off because I have to go to this courtroom to give a statement. I forget what the word even is. And he was like, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like, okay, the WWE lawyer says I'm allowed to go to court on the day I have to go to. Is that okay? But the head trainer is still like, all right, but you're going to, and there's some later on punishment for me. Or like, next time you got to build it both days. Like,
Yeah, is it gonna make
hey,
you?
man, this is not something I'm doing. I'm not like slingshotting bubble gum in your face. I just have to go to court. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. For you guys who doesn't know what NXT is, like we used to, when you go to the shows, like a small shows right around Florida, you have to shop early to build the ring where you're gonna wrestle.
Yeah.
Then you have to set up a merch table. And what was the guy named with the merch?
Alfred Simpson.
Alfred, yeah.
So they wanted me to go build the ring in Winter Park. So that's a 2-hour drive, build a ring,
Mhm.
drive back 2 hours. For the TV taping the day or two later at Full Sail. By the way, this was a different head coach. There's a different person there. Maybe
Yeah.
this stuff, and they all live there anyway.
They all live in Orlando
Yeah.
now. They have one facility, but we had to go through like
Yeah,
hustling. And girls, like we all did the same thing. Like we would go, change, build the ring, change again.
yeah, wild. I
Yeah.
also remember he was like, "There's a new policy. You need to give us whatever amount of time warning if you need some time off." And I was like, "Okay, I have." It was like a certain amount of weeks, so I gave 2 months warning about like I need to go to this wedding 2 months, and he was like,
Ahead.
"Yep, it's all in writing, perfect, no problem." That weekend, I'm at the wedding. Bill Morrissey texts me, goes, "Bro, where are you?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm at a wedding." He goes, "You're supposed to be in the ring right now." I'm like, "For what?" "You have a promo segment." And I'm like, I am literally in like the other side of the country. I gave all this warning. I texted the coach. I'm like, "Hey, dude, I'm definitely not there." I even reminded you yesterday. Like those are funny,
Yeah, it was, yeah,
fun memories.
fun memories.
I'm honored that I was booked to have a promo segment
Yeah.
that I'm not there for.
Oh, yeah, like
And then my punishment was I never got booked in those ever again. I'm like, what am I in trouble for? Because you forgot the
you
thing.
forgot, but they would never admit it. They would never admit it.
Yeah. Well, life's better now.
But now I'm thinking back, like even it, I don't think it's legal. Like how many hours a day we used to work?
We were at Hard Knocks one time with Rob, and speaking of that, we did the math of how many hours of actual like work, on the clock
Yeah.
for wrestling you were, and then like try to figure out what hourly rate it was, and it was like so low. It's
Oh my
just
gosh,
so
it's
low.
yeah. No, we made like below like basic income. Like
Yeah,
I remember I had made enough money just to pay for my tiny studio and food. That's it. Like that's all you make money. And
it
you buy
was.
gear. That's it.
If you include driving time,
Yeah.
you have training, you have shows, you have driving to Rob's gym and back, hour drive each way. You have shows twice a week. You're off on Sunday, hopefully. Like
Only one day off is Sunday.
you got to do all your laundry and all your
Mm.
chores and all your anything all in that one day.
I was insane. The only person like from coaches I miss is Norman. Norman Smiley.
Norman's a great guy.
Yeah.
He used to hold my hand during blood draws. Every time I do a blood draw now, I text him and go, "Hey man, I just got my blood taken. Did you
He's like,
take
I'm with you, Spirit.
I always think of him.
Yeah, he's
Or he'll
nice.
text me, "Hey, it's NXT blood day, thinking of you." I'm like, "Hey man,
Aw.
thanks."
He's so sweet.
There were some great people there.
He's still with NXT, right?
I believe he's one of the main trainers in the
Nice.
performance
Well,
center. I
he
think,
he
yeah.
deserved it. He's
Great
great.
dude.
Yeah, he has a lot of patience with new wrestlers as well.
Yeah, and he's really good at teaching.
He's good. Do you have any bits in comedy about wrestling?
Yeah, I do. So the shows I've been doing with my brother Dolph Ziggler from wrestling. We do the show in which a lot of wrestling fans come, so we both definitely have to have some wrestling material in there. Yeah, so I'm trying to build up my material for like outside shows because I don't always do a show in front of all wrestling fans, But you have to include that. I learned the hard way that if I try to do a show with mostly non-wrestling jokes, they just kind of sit there blankly like,
Like, is it because they recognize you and they expect you to have wrestling jokes?
They come to the show
Sure.
because they basically just want to see wrestlers do anything,
Mm.
So if you're watching this, thanks for coming to those shows. You guys are awesome. Love you guys.
but
But
also
I have
the
to-
sold out shows.
you
yeah,
have to
so-
pander a little bit, You
Yeah.
got to give them a little bit. So even if you just mention another wrestler, they'll get excited.
They get excited. Maybe he's gonna give us more.
So I have to. One thing I have a few different angles on is often it doesn't happen that much anymore, but it used to for the first 2 years at AEW or on the Indies. When I'm walking to the ring, someone will just yell my brother's name, which I just think, I know he's my brother. This is not news to me, you know?
Like, why do things they yell his name?
I don't. So that's what I try to explore in some of my jokes, and I suppose like you think if you like it's gonna surprise me, like, hey, you're Dolph's brother, and I'm gonna turn around and go, what? Oh my god, am I? And then the guy rolls me up and pins me real fast. And
Did you ask the guy like why he?
there's too many of them. You
Oh,
can't.
too many of them?
Yeah.
So it's like conscious choice. So
It's
people.
baffling to me.
Yeah.
The fact that you think that I don't already know who
My
my
brother is. Or maybe they confused you with your brother? Is it possible?
No, I mean I don't think so.
No, because I mean you look alike a lot, but you're different.
And my name's on the screen.
Yeah.
You know, and you're at the different company show. Like if you're
Yeah.
that confused, you have much larger problems. I think.
Big problem. I remember I saw one of your bits on Instagram. It made me laugh so hard. You did crowd work, and you asked the guy why he's like sad or mad. And
I asked him what he does for a living.
Oh, that's what you asked him?
And he told me his father died, just died.
And the guy's like really upset.
My dad just died. Leave me alone.
And what you said?
I think that night I said that's why I don't do crowd work.
Crowd work,
you know?
and that's so funny. It's such a good answer because like I can see like, oh shit, what do I say now?
You never know what they're gonna say.
And that made me laugh because I did like open mic in Miami, and I also decided, and I'm not good at crowd work either. And I decided,
Hey, I'm great at crowd work. Don't
excuse
lump me into this. That guy had a bad night.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
not
not
my
good. Like, you're
problem.
great. I'm not good. I'm not good at it. So, and also I decided to talk to a guy in the crowd, and I asked him something about like I was talking about my father, and then I asked him about his father. Like I thought it's going to be like I thought he's going to relate to my story,
Mhm.
and he says, "No, my father died. I don't have a father."
You had the same thing happen?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And I stand there and like, what do I do? And then I just say, sometimes I wish my father would be dead too. And then that killed. I'm like, oh.
That's awesome.
I'm like, now I know how to get out of the situation. But you handle it very well. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do to crowd work.
I love doing this one where, hey, we should be on shows together.
Yeah, we should.
I love
Well,
doing.
we're going to be.
All right, say it and it happens.
Yeah.
I love doing this one where I can't do it as much anymore because I think I've posted it too much. Well, you never know. New people might cycle into the shows where I say I have a really good interactive joke and I pick someone out who's been like playing on their phone the whole time and I say, oh, take out your phone, open your browser, and I say, don't worry, this is a really good joke, you know. And they're like, oh, okay, you know. And I say, go to shopaew.com. No, just trust me, you know. And they're like, all right. And then I just lead them along the series of button pushes to buying my T-shirt.
Oh my God.
I say max out the amount you can buy. Get like 50 of them.
Did somebody actually bought them?
I hope.
I hope.
It's like I only find out quarterly how many items have been sold. So I mean, you know.
Well, hopefully.
But if I do that once per show, that'll be at least one shirt sold per month.
Per month.
So,
that's
Yeah.
something. It's better than nothing.
but I love to do that and then tag Shop AEW in it, and then they repost it. So like just that happening is getting, you know,
Getting some bust. Yeah, to your
the
personality.
company likes it.
Yeah. Does it like it?
I'm psyched that I have shirts to even do that. It's very exciting.
It is
you know?
exciting. But do they support your stand-up comedy profession? Like what
Yeah.
you do?
Oh yeah.
Does it
They
support-
love that I do it. I will be again. I don't know when this will come up, but if it comes up before the 27th, I'm also performing at AEW's Double or Nothing Fan Fest.
Nice.
So
It's like autograph signing.
yeah, they're
Right.
doing it's a autograph signing and a few other things happening, and they are going to give me a little stage time.
Nice.
So they said, hey, we would love to have you be part of FanFest, maybe stand-up comedy or something like that. I said, sure, let me know. I'm down. Let's do it. And then the next email was, hey, so it's a go. The team says yes. We were thinking like 30 to 45 minutes. How's that? Now, if you are on the FanFest committee and you're watching this, I'm sure the show went great. But, you know, that's a lot of time.
That's a lot of fucking
So
time.
I was starting to do math. I'm like, okay, the longest set I've done was 17 minutes. Now, there was a 7-minute bit I didn't include. So if I add those two together and do it, like, I mean, it'll be fine. But I was thinking 15. 10, you know? Hey, can you do
They really
4
believe
hours?
in you.
Also, I don't know who wants to watch me tell jokes for that long. I'm going to be nearer the 30-minute mark, I think.
I think that you're gonna do well, and you can do crowd work and mix
Yeah,
it
well,
up.
hopefully someone's dad
That-
died
yeah,
or something.
yeah. Be prepared for moms to be dead as well, so you have some jokes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta think about the mothers too. They die too.
Yeah. So
Everyone dies.
everybody dies.
Hey, you and I someday.
Yeah, we're all humans, right? We're all here in the process of dying. That's what life is. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I know. I remember one time, and I didn't have like 25 minutes of material. Ahmed, a very good friend of mine, he's like, hey, can you open for me? Just do like 20, 25. And I'm like, sure. And then I'm like sitting in the green room. I'm like, and he told me like the day of the show. You understand? Like, so
Oh my god.
showed
Yeah,
up.
I had a few weeks of warning, so I'm like really assembling my
And I'm
stuff.
like, damn, what do I do? But I'm apparently I had like maybe 17, like 18 minutes, and then I like mixed it up with crowd work. I'm like, okay, I'm okay. I'm good.
That's
you know?
good. You're good.
Yeah, but it was damn.
You know what's wild? When I'm booking the Hunkamania shows, I'm always like, I think I have it all mapped out, and then the venue will be like, hey, you got to put these 3 developmental comics on there too. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, okay, don't go over 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes, But to have someone go, hey, can you do 45 minutes with no opener, and you're the only guy, and
I can open
people
for
there
you. Tell them I'll
probably-
open for you.
well, all right, good. See you in Vegas.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know is there even a stage? Do people know that it's
It's going to be
I
comedy.
hope
or
it's not a room where they're all in line to get Darby Allin's autograph, and on the other side, hey, Ryan's doing jokes over here, because that will just suck, man.
No, they need to
I'll
prepare.
do it, though.
I mean, that's amazing, but they need to prepare the audience that they know as they come into comedy show.
I hope someone will tell them. So I've noticed they have not mentioned it anywhere yet. I see the FanFest ads getting put up a lot, like buy tickets, here's FanFest, and usually there would be matches and autographs and toy giveaways and stuff. Maybe I just have to announce it, I guess.
But hold on, choice. It's going to be children.
Like autographed.
But there's no age limit. It's going to be children.
I think it's all ages, yeah. So I probably can't use my foul language jokes.
You have to do clean 40 minutes.
I'm clean mostly.
Really?
I don't really. I mean, sometimes my language will become foul, but I don't really discuss topics that are too edgy.
Actually, you don't. Okay, then you're good.
Yeah.
40 minutes of.
You
clean.
do.
I go.
I perused your clips. I gotta see you live sometime. When's your next live thing?
26th, 27th of May. I
Cool.
don't know. Flashback and something else. I need to
I'm
check
gonna be in Las Vegas.
Vegas,
during
yeah.
that. That's
Damn.
next week.
Yeah, that's the weekend. But I'm gonna do open mics. I'm working on a new routine.
This week or no?
This week I'm doing mics. I'm doing one mic tonight.
Where
Cool.
at?
It's mild something. It's in Santa Monica. I can send you the
Santa
link.
Monica. Cool.
Yeah. It's a small venue. It looks like you walk into the bar and there's like a shelter with a ton of books, and you push that thing and you ended up in secret room.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that room is a comedy show, and it's freaking awesome. Yeah.
That's like Milwaukee has a lot of bars like that are like speakeasies.
Speakeasy, yeah.
Man, that's cool. I didn't
That's-
know that there was one like that.
Yeah, I didn't know either. It's like small room, like for 30 people, but it's like and it's like real audience, not open. Not comics. Like
Yeah,
it's real people
yeah.
who come and watch it, and they actually pay money to do that. It's
Man,
like,
it's rough to do those sometimes, but sometimes you just gotta say things out loud in front of someone, whether they're listening or not. It's good to do for yourself.
yeah. What's your process, by the way, of writing jokes?
I sometimes will. Okay, it's the same as it is for writing anything. I will often be I have to be in like a daze, So that's why I lay in the sun a lot. I love the beach because then my brain kind of part of it turns off and the other part is just going a little bit. Or when I'm awake, just freshly awake in the morning, or falling asleep at night, little ideas will come to me. And I either have to like really think about them a lot so I don't forget them, or immediately write them down or type it in my phone and then go back to sleep or whatever. But sometimes I'll forget to do that, and the same idea will keep coming up. But then sometimes, that feeling when something's on the tip of your tongue and you can't think of it?
Yeah.
I'll think, damn, dude, all day long I had this great idea for a joke. Why didn't I write it down? It's gone. But then that same idea will pop back up. So they're always in there still, which is nice to know. And then I will sometimes use my phone to record myself saying it and send it to one of my friends and say, hey, you think this is funny? And mostly my one friend I sent it to goes, I don't know, man. Maybe there's something there. But to my credit, the ones that he always turns down when I do them on stage, they turn out pretty good.
Good. Okay.
But then sometimes things just bomb so hard on stage, and you just gotta be cool with it.
Yeah, it is what it
Gotta
is.
be
You have to go with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bombing is part of the process.
Yeah.
And it's a very humbling experience too. Sometimes.
Oh man, is it ever? with
Yeah.
doing anything, wrestling, comedy, improv, stand up, whatever, when there's just silence and they're staring at you, and if they want to laugh, it's like, okay, and then what's the funny part? You
Mhm.
know that like, facial expression. You're
Mhm.
like, well, that was just then. The thing that you're not laughing at was the funny part. There's nothing else.
That was a punchline I just
Yeah,
said.
there's no extra
That's like,
punchline.
but I like one. I have this little joke. I say, what is the joke? Oh, like men in Russia treat women equally, and nobody laughs. And I'm like, well, that was a punchline, and then they laugh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like that.
so you can just say, hey, it was a punchline, guys. Just what I
Man,
just
that's
said.
awesome. I have this new idea that I haven't done yet that I've been thinking about. Based on the writer strikes and AI and everything, I was thinking of bringing up Chat GPT and asking it about myself and my amazing wrestling career. And I assume the thing will gather information from the world wide web and tell me that I suck and I'm not very good or whatever.
That's funny.
So I thought of maybe like printing that out and having an audience member read
read it?
the chat sheet. Like I'll be me asking and then have that person. That's interactive, you know?
I love it.
And then, but I will react to them as if I'm like, what? Why are you saying this? Pretty
Why?
good.
That is not true. But that's a great idea.
We'll
You should do it.
we'll see if it works.
Oh, you should do it in Las Vegas.
And if it doesn't work,
Blame-
I'll say, well, this is why AI is bad. This is why the writer strike matters because this thing can't write
They
good
can't-
jokes. This isn't me.
Yeah. But yesterday I had a dinner at like Thai place and it was like two writers sitting next table. I guess they were like on a date, a gay couple, two gay men, and they were like saying, "Oh, like we basically doomed. Like in 5 years, there's gonna be no writers because like those computers can write everything. So you're gonna prove them wrong."
Yeah, I'm gonna prove how bad they are.
Yeah, I don't think they can write. No, nobody can.
Well, it's just gathering information that's already out there. So at its worst, it's plagiarism, and at its best, it's just I don't know, Googling better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think is gonna happen with the writer strike? For how long it's gonna go, and if it's gonna succeed?
I think well historically they've always succeeded, so I think this will succeed. I've heard a fact this morning that the amount of money studios have lost in the first 3 weeks of it equals what the writers were asking for anyways. So it's like if you
Mhm.
guys
Just
you already like
Yeah.
I'm gonna join them tomorrow. I'm going to Netflix tomorrow at 1 p.m. to pick it with them. I think it's fun.
nice.
I like to show support and make like interview some of them and put it on AEW's vlog. They're cool with it. I like to get I have an audience, so why not?
Yeah, why don't use it for good?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's cool. When I see people like around LA with protesting, I'm like, oh, they're doing something. They actually take action. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just like sitting and complaining like
yeah,
most
people
people.
do things. Yeah.
Yeah, they do it. They stand up for this themselves.
My
That's cool.
dad is a Teamster. His whole life he was a Teamster truck driver, and so I've always grown up thinking unions are good.
Oh, my father is a truck driver, and it
Right.
sucks because now it's horrible the whole situation, like they're losing money.
Well,
Yeah, and they used to do protests, but not anymore.
oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Look at weekends in America don't exist without unions.
Yeah.
That's literally a product of union.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they're good. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
What's your dream creatively, like professionally, creatively? Where you want to be in 5
wow.
years?
Well, I'd like to be filmmaking and casting my friends from wrestling and comedy in the films. I'd like to have my
Oh.
own version of Adam Sandler's, Kingdom.
Nice.
That'd be great. What about you?
Producing, stand up, and acting. I like producing. I like working with other people. Like I love stand up, but what I don't like about it, like you're kind of on your own.
Mhm.
Like you headline clubs, you travel around the country, and for me, it's really sad. Like like I want to be with my team, like with my people. I want to do
Oh,
shows with my
wow.
people. If I'm touring, I want to be touring with another 3 to 5 people. Like have fun together, grow together, build something together. So for me, this is fun.
Cool.
Yeah. And I see comics like being on the road all year long, lonely. I'm like, this is depressing, right? You in
Dang.
different hotel rooms every night. It's
That part's appealing to me. I like alone time, but I do, I don't know. I'm mixed up about it.
well, I like to be alone. That's how I write jokes. I'm introverted in life, but I feel like creative, like you said, like building a team, like
Mhm.
creating projects
Mhm,
together. For
mhm.
me, that's fun. That's a lot of fun.
Well, let's do it.
Let's create a project.
Draw up the paperwork.
Work,
Let's
yeah.
start the production company.
Yeah, let's do it. What are you gonna produce? What's gonna be the first project?
I've been doing it. I made
Mhm.
this short film a few years ago that won a bunch of awards called Heel, short film about wrestling. It's not funny though; it's a drama.
Where we can watch it?
It's on YouTube. I put it on YouTube. I
Nice.
had to let it go through all the festivals 1st
Mhm.
You can't put it out there
Yeah.
until it's done. But it's on YouTube. It's called Heel, HEEL. I was inspired to do it when the Me Too sort of movement kind of hit independent wrestling. I thought it was something very close to me. I had felt compelled to act, like you just said, like instead of sitting around, actually do something. So crowdfunded a budget, wrote a script, and got an amazing director and cast and crew, and we did it.
Nice.
I'm really appreciative and grateful for that. Yeah. So, other things, I've had a few screenplays optioned.
That's sweet. Did you write them yourself?
Yeah. I like writing. I love writing.
That's amazing.
I'm out there, I'm doing it. I'm having a
doing
good
everything.
time.
You're doing everything. Manifesting the shit out of it. In terms of wrestling, what's your dream in wrestling?
I like wrestling for a fun company. That's it,
Yeah. Do you want to wrestle your brother?
Yeah, oh yeah. That'd be great. We haven't wrestled each other since I was in NXT and he did a guest visit and we had a tag match. Yeah, I would love to wrestle him.
Yeah.
But it's tricky. We got to figure out where that would happen because he's somewhere else and I'm somewhere else. So when we get together, it's for comedy shows. So if the Nemeth brothers are performing in your town, get tickets because you're not going to see them wrestle each other, but you see them
performing.
Yeah.
Does he write his jokes or you write his jokes?
I understand that he writes his own material.
Okay, you understand.
Yes.
I'm not getting involved. I just
No,
understand.
I don't.
You don't know. You don't get.
I don't write his. I see his little notebooks. I see him doing it. I see he has the small notebooks. I like bigger notebooks. He writes in little small ones.
But you don't discuss jokes, like you don't have creative process together.
Maybe we'll tell each other. I'm not gonna. Not very much. There's not. We have very different styles.
Mm-hmm.
So we do things together though. Like at one show, we put shock collars on, and we did brother trivia. We had some of the people from Jackass there in charge of asking each other questions about ourselves, like asking me a question about him and him, And if we get it right or wrong, we get shocked. But the collars malfunction, and so we both were getting shocked every time, whether it was right or wrong. We both so.
That sounds.
It was funny for the crowd, but we were in so much pain.
Oh my god.
and like freak out feeling of like,
is it coming? Is it coming?
Yeah, because it didn't matter.
It sounds really violent, by the way.
It was pretty violent. It was good. We had Rachel from Jackass was doing it, and that was great. She's been on some of our shows. She's very funny. Very funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have her on the podcast. She said yes.
She's the best. And her boyfriend Matt Edgar has been on most of our Hunkamania shows. He'll be on the Vegas one.
Nice.
Very funny. Good host. Very funny comedian.
Sweet. Okay. Well, anything else you want to promote?
I think you should support the writer's strike.
Yes, we do. We should support. Go, protest.
Yeah, or at least
about it.
beep your horn.
Yeah, I'll post about it.
And, okay, I'll address one criticism of it. I've seen people, when I post videos about the writer's strike, they'll say, hey, they should stay on strike. This show sucks, about some show they don't like. I think a couple things. Number one, the show you don't like is already written and out there. So they're not on strike from that show. The show is not on strike. The writers are on strike. So the show's still airing. No matter if you like it or not. And also, you like some shows, right? Those are writers too. They're all on strike. The shows you don't like and do like, they're all together. So
exactly.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah. And also I heard like people, comics, somebody posted like, oh, what about stand-up comics? Like, we never get paid for writing jokes. I'm like, this is not what it's about.
It's not what it's about.
It's like, come on, it's two different things.
There's literally a writers union. That is who is on strike. Yeah. Someone even commented to me and said, what if wrestling dirt sheet writers go on strike? And I'm like, you have to strike against somebody.
Something, yeah.
So who would the stand-up comedians strike against? There is no union.
No union. And it's your choice, like to write jokes. Like, nobody pushes
you. No one's making you to write jokes. Yeah.
It's your choice. Like, you wake up in the morning and go, oh, let me write a joke. Oh, I think it's funny. Like,
these people just want to be paid fairly for the things they're doing. That's all.
And they're not been treated fairly, yes. So, but there are more people, like about makeup artists and like everybody else who work in the team. Like, they work longer hours than actors and producers and directors. They're not getting paid enough money. So there are more people that should be.
There's all the giant announcement today of Major League Baseball, NBA, NFL, women's basketball, and all their players' unions all saying we support the Writers Guild strike. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's nice.
Okay, go support, guys. Do whatever you can.
And then,
buy my shirt.
Buy this shirt. Support Ukraine.
Okay, support Ukraine. Yeah, make love, not war.
It's hard to There.
Yeah, you can see.
Make laughs, not war.
By the way, the blue is favorite Ryan's color.
I
so
love this color.
yeah.
I love this color because I
If
love
you want to
this.
give him a gift, just make sure he gets the right blue.
People, my friends call it Briley blue
Briley blue.
because I used to when I was Briley in
Briley,
NXT, I would get everything that was blue, even my real life clothes. Shirts
No, I
and
remember you
stuff.
always were wearing like blue colors. It was
Briley
like
blue.
all your closet was like blue. Right?
Yeah,
Pretty
and,
much.
Still is.
Now it's pink.
Except for this one.
Yeah,
I like pink now
Pink.
too. Yeah.
yeah, very good. It looks good on you.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you for coming. I'm very excited.
It's one of the most fun things I've ever done in my life.
Oh my gosh, he's lying right now, but
No, I've never lied.
you never lied. Have you ever been a lie detector?
Have I? No,
No.
I don't think I
I
have.
wanted to see how it works. I've never been on that.
Next time I'm on here, we should get one.
Oh yeah, and just test each other.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a plan. Okay. Well, we're still working on the holiday improv show. Okay, that camera. Okay, guys, I'm gonna post online the wrestling comedy show. I don't know where you point. Just tell me. I can see your hand. Just.
one with the light right there.
Okay, there's a ball light. Okay, that one.
Oh, that's what those lights are for.
Yeah.
Do you know this whole time I've been wondering why is those lights blinking?
No, he's pointing.
Makes
And there's
perfect
like 4
sense.
cameras in this direction. So can you be more specific? Okay, I'm going to be posting about my wrestling and stand-up show. Ryan is on it. His brother on it. Brad Williams. We're just getting the date from Hollywood Improv and
Oh,
go
nice.
to Las Vegas too. May 7th,
Yeah, see you in
27th.
Vegas on the 27th. Yeah.
Yeah, kill it. 40 minutes. It's an hour special. Damn. Somebody should record it. Are you recording it?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. You should.
Well, some things.
Just for memory.
Some things are just in the moment.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.